What up, my dudes? Two things I'm going to start this off with. One, apologies to Mark Spector. A top 10 is coming. It's going to be a different type of top 10. You did give a little bit of leeway there with the top 10, but it's hard to pick these books, man. It's really hard to pick these books. But I'm probably going to do a underrated top 10 is what I'm going to end up doing. I have some of the books ready, but I'm debating on some of the other ones. I'm going to try to put that out by the end of the week. Second, Jotaro Kujo, thank you, my friend. This video, you motivated me to do this video today, actually. There's another video I was going to put out later, but I'm putting it out now. All right, start this off with a warning. A warning to all of you from CGC. CGC changed their policies. 14 days you have to report any mishaps that CGC might have or that there might be during shipment. This had a chip on it, but I dragged my feet. So guess what? CGC says it's past the 14 days. I gotta pay for it, and they're not budging. So I also dragged my foot on some of the Witcher books. Those are going to be a little bit more expensive because they're magazines. So, word to the wise. As soon as your packages come in, check your books. Check the cases. Make sure they're perfect. If they're not, call them immediately and they'll take care of you. But don't wait 14 days like I did, or yeah, you get to eat the charges. Is it fair? Listen, I guess they had to do that because of the amount of people that were returning. It's their fault, though. It is their fault. But, hey, they're owned by a listed corporation now, you know, which I own stock in. So, by the way, that stock dropped a lot, but I'm not worried about it. If you're in for the long run, you should never worry about it. The market taking a dive, don't worry about it. Just keep investing. Keep investing. It's another video I got to put up. I got to put up a third investment video. All right. 3 packages. We're going to open these up today. We're going to be using some of these once again. 25 book pre-screen. Very light. Very light. 25 book modern, and these were pressed by Mr. Kendra. Copper books. I think I have copper books in there. And then this one was pressed by CCS. The reason was because it was a 9.6. Now keep in mind, I have not received upgrades from CCS crack books in a while. Okay, so I sent it out because it was an old case. It was a 9.6 older case, and I thought it had a shot at a 9.8 and a signature series. So it's a pretty decent book too. So all right, that took a dive, by the way, during like almost everything else has, almost everything anyway. Let's go with this first. These I thought weren't pressed, but they were. These were pressed by Mr. Kendra. Only 14 out of 25 came back 9.8. Was expecting a lot more than that, by the way. But CGC graders have been grading modern books very harshly, especially Copper Age books. And you could see the Bronze Age. You know, Bronze Age, there's still some of them that are in the modern tier from 75 to, you know, to the 80s and stuff. But yeah, there's some books that you look at and you say, like, where the hell's the fault, right? Majority of books, though, you have to admit, you look for faults, you're going to find the faults and why they didn't make it. The vast majority, probably 90% of them. Every now and then you'll hit 1 out of 10 that you're like, what the hell happened here, right? Is there like a microscopic fingerprint or something? You know, Ant-Man left it there or something. I don't know. But yeah, you scratch your head on some of them. Now, the modern, these right here, I was expecting a lot more 9.8. You're going to see those, but not so great on those. These, despite the fact that it's only 14, not so bad. All right, let's take a look. Okay, first book, I got two 9.8s. These are from part of the 10 that I bought for from eBay. All right, and I put in a speculation project. All right, this is gonna probably end up being a long-term hold for me. Now, it was supposed to be a short-term speculation project. Only reason that it's probably going to be long-term is because I can't see this book dropping any further than what it did, thanks to Mr. Sam Raimi, who can't possibly be a comic book reader, because at least definitely not a New Avengers reader, that's for sure, because of the garbage that he put out with the Illuminati, destroying the Illuminati, a prestigious team in comic books, just nerfing them big time, man. It's travesty, but you know, I don't blame them, because every movie that Marvel has put out, the MCU and your Kevin Feige that people just can't stop praising, right? Every movie they put out after Endgame has sucked, every single one of them. No, not Spider-Man, right? But Spider-Man is really a Sony property, right? That last Spider-Man film was pretty decent. It was pretty good. I gotta give it. I'll give them credit for that. But everything else, you know, Black Widow sucked. This last Thor movie, I mean, now that's a Disney Thor. That's a Disney Gore. Nothing about that storyline was from the comic books. Very little. I mean, you get a god. I mean, it's a travesty what happened to Zeus. Gore was never even a threat. I never felt that Gore was ever a threat. There was no sign of King Thor, no sign of young Thor. Where the hell was Jane Foster Thor in that storyline? Nowhere, right? Not in the comic book storyline. Why'd they have to bring her in this one? You know, Gore and his daughter. I mean, he's all about love for his family. Really? Man, I was sick watching that freaking film. It's not even a film. I can't call that a film. One thing I will call out right now, all right? People are killing DC right now. I'm going to buck the trend. I'm telling you this now. Today, what's today's date? Man, I don't know. We're in August 2022. This is the turnaround of DC. You heard it here first. This is DC's turnaround. DC is canceling films that suck. Okay? That's what they're doing. They're doing it for a reason. I got a feeling that when Black Adam comes out, if you see the trailer for Black Adam and you compare it to the entire movie Thor Love and Thunder, it's a completely different animal. DC is starting to make films. Disney doesn't make films. They just create content for kids. DC listens to the fans. The Rock even said it in an interview that I was watching the other day. They're making stuff for fans. They're trying to listen to the fans. Look at the trailer and you'll see that that's what they're doing. All right, that trailer was fantastic. I'm expecting big things from Black Adam. I wish I would have went after that Marvel family. I did, went after Marvel Family #1, and I lost it in multiple auctions. Now it's out of my reach. But anyway, I can sell these now for a profit. I can, right? But so you're gonna see a couple more of these made it in this one here, right? But why? I refuse to sell this for $1.50 or $1.25. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna have to wait until the Sentry shows his ugly face, and then I'll sell it. I'll sell them then, you know. But right now I have a few up for sale that I had from before, but the ones that are from the project, not gonna be selling them. And I spent a lot of time on this one. Okay, I've done well with these covers. I expect to keep doing well on them. I believe I only sent 2 of them out on here. Oh, by the way, the New Avengers I sent 4, so 2 did not make the 9.8. But yeah, these I've done really well on them. I'm not gonna be selling them now though. I'm gonna wait for Wolverine makes his appearance in Marvel, which should be hopefully next year. All right, and then I'll put it out. Then I'm gonna put it out. But for now, I'm gonna keep these. I had to have these pressed because these missed the pre-screen when I sent them. And then we have another War of the Realms, Agents of Atlas #2. This is first appearance of the Swordmaster. So we have another one in a 9.8. I think that's my 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. That's a long-term hold. You know, I don't know how long of a hold that's gonna be. Let's look for something over here. All right, this one, yeah, this one made it. I think I sent 2 of these out, so I guess, yeah, I guess the other one didn't make it. All right, I got one 9.8. Yeah, this character, she kind of cooled down a little bit, but she has promise. She has promise. I'm gonna see what I do. I'm gonna probably hold that other one that didn't make it. Probably just hold it, wait and see for the character to come out. Let's see. Oh, this one's a pretty decent one. This is not staying in the collection, okay? This is the first time that Damian, you know, dons the Batman costume, but I'm not keeping it because of that. Yes, I'm superstitious, but he's superstitious, very superstitious. Speculator. All right. We believe in things we don't understand. That's right. Superstitious. That's what I am. 666. It will be sold. 9.8. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Got that book for barely nothing. I'll show that in a second. This one ended up being a book that I could have probably gotten graded in a 9.8 for less than what I paid for it. Okay, but it's what happens. It's what happens, buddies. But you have to have what? Conviction. And I do have conviction for this character. First appearance of that character right there, Jessica. Yeah, I believe in this character big time. I have quite a number of 9.8s. This is Something's Killing the Children #9, second print. Okay, second print. Keep this in mind. I don't know how many times I gotta say this. I'm like a parrot talking about this. Something's Killing the Children. Erica Slaughter, the next. No, not the next. She already is a great character in comics. A top level talent. This is a young Michael Jordan, all right? This is Peter Parker. This is Clark Kent. This is Bruce Wayne. Take it to the bank. Yes, take it to the bank. Now, can they mess this up? Can Netflix really mess this up if they pick this up? Of course they can. Will they? We're hoping they don't. It can go really bad. If Disney were to take a hold of something's killing the children today, I lost all my money, okay? Because Disney can't do anything with this, all right? We've seen what Disney is, what Disney does. Disney's for kids. This is not a kid's book, okay? This is an adult read. This is an adult character, all right? This is big time, all right? Imagine Disney doing The Boys. You think The Boys would be anything right now? No. The Boys is the best comic adaptation on television or in movies ever, okay? There's never been anything better than The Boys, in my opinion. All right, maybe, let me see. I'm trying to think of what, you know what? I'll take that back. I'll take it back, all right? Batman. Batman's had some really great films, man. And Thanos also was pretty good in Infinity War, even though that was no Infinity Gauntlet. But all right, it was great. Boys is great, though. Boys is great. Better than anything Disney's ever put out as a series. That's for damn sure. Okay. Oh, wait a second. I got a second one here. Right? Don't I? Come on, dudes. Yes, I do. All right. I put out, hey, should I sell my 9.8? And some of you guys responded and you said, yes, put it out. Put it out for sale, man. Sold my 9.8 for $250. And I invested in these. Plus, I kept the profit. Whoa, see what I'm talking about, guys? Holy crap. Is that crack? That is a crack. Whoa. Calling CGC tomorrow on that. See that? Yeah, gotta call them tomorrow. 9. Oh, boy. But anyway, still, it doesn't affect the book. All right, it's just right there. I'm going to have to check the other ones, too. All right. Let's check these. Let's check these. I'm gonna have to check everything else. A lot more. You know, I'll do it after the video. Right now, we just take a quick look, see. But anyway, I sold the first one for $250, kept some profit, and I invested in 2 more. These I had to have pressed, though, because they had pressable defects, and they both came back 9.8. Thank you to Mr. Kendra for that. So that turned out to be great investment. Great investment. Now I can keep one, which is probably going to be this one, and sell another one. This one will be kept after it comes back from CGC, after I call them tomorrow. Remember, 14 days. All right. And then the final books that made it, and these books are the same book, okay? Halo previews. I've told you guys I am going to own more 9.8s of the Halo previews than anybody in the world, because I went after a whole bunch of these, and these are rare, you know, so you don't really see these too much. I would have to think that they're probably going to be maybe around 209.8 when all is said and done, maybe less. All right, I would say probably around 200, maybe. I don't know how many there are right now, but I own the most. 4 more come back. I think I sent 8 though. Let's see what failed. Alright, I'm not going to look to criticize. These were pressed by Mr. Kendra. And when I say criticize, it would be CGC grading. But maybe you could... Nah, not really. You know, what can you see? Can you see anything on the spine? I would have to turn the book over, and I know what it looks like already. The back of the book kind of looks like that as well. So I don't know what they, you know, I don't know what they could have failed it for. No idea. Alright, what's this here? No, that's a sticker. They put 5 of these. So that means I sent 9. I sent 9 of the Halo previews this time around. 4 of them made the 9.8, less than 50%. I sent 2 of these. 1 of them missed it. I'm not even going to look at it. This one right here, you know, it's a pretty nice looking book. I got this off of, I created an IG account that I've never used except for buying this. That missed. The other 2 did make the 9.8 pre-screens though. Shame this one didn't make it. Alright. Very rare book. This was the 3rd printing of number 1. Oof, this one, another one that's a shame that it didn't make. Freaking A. I might send these out and maybe have CCS repress them, and then the Sentry. Okay, 2 of the Sentries that didn't make it. Those are the first 2 that failed failed the 9.8 so far, but I sent some more in here. Alright, those are my failures. Yeah, man, that red hood would have been nice. That would have been my 2nd red hood in a 9.8. I would have sold 1. But now, I'm definitely resending this one without a doubt. I mean, look at this book, man. Look at that spine. Do you see anything in that spine? No, right? Corner? Nope. Corner? Nah, not really. That's the back of the book right there, overlapping. You know, centering is not too much of an issue. Obviously, you got to turn the book over, look at the inside pages and everything. There are no, maybe that right there. That could do it if that's part of the book. I got to see if that is part of the book or is that part of the drawing. I think that might be part of the art. I don't remember this having color breaking crease. That would do it though, but I think that's part of the art. See how the art is? I'm almost positive that's part of the art. I don't know. Maybe that's what made it. Alright, maybe that's it. Alright, like I said, sometimes you might look at something. It might look different. The next time you look at it, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Alright. Let's move over to the next box. Alright, we're going to take these out. Put them in categories. 25 books. Okay, I want you guys to see these piles. This is going to be the flops. The good thing with the flops is I only have this time 3 flops. 3 flops. Even Stevens. Not a bad stack of even Stevens. 50 to 100% profits. That's the biggest stack. And the jackpots. Why we do this. The Lone Ranger, the Lone Survivor. This is the Highlander. There can be only one. There is only one. That's it, man. This is the life of a spec collector. Alright, speculation. That, sir, is a loss. How the hell did this make a 6.0? Why would I send out a 6.0? You know, I didn't check. Come on, hold on a second, dudes. I mean, somebody freaking spit on this inside or something, or what? Look. Okay, so you got a little bit going on right there. All right. That maybe takes off a dot two. Dot two, not two. Maybe a little bit right there, okay? Let's say we'll take it to a 9.4 right now. There's nothing here, nothing. Okay. How in the flying hell is this a 6.0? I better see something really bad in the cover. Okay, some I'm sorry, man. Who the fudge is grading this? Staple? Okay. We found something. But is that gonna take me down to 6.0? Is it Rusty Staples? Could be Rusty Staples there. No, not really. That's not Rusty. Somebody color the Staples? Is that what happened? The fudge? No, that could be a rust. Damn it, I can't tell, man. Yeah, that could be rust on the bottom. Shit, man, but that takes me down to a 6.0. That takes me down to a 6.0. I don't know. I gotta disagree with that grade. I have to disagree with that grade, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. That is a loss. Now this should not be a loss. This shouldn't be a loss, but it will be a loss because I think I paid around $40 to $50 for these. Maybe no, some of them I paid less. We're talking with after taxes and shipping though. Okay. These you could only get from the Toy Wiz Toy. These are very rare, super rare, especially in high grade. 8.5 is probably the average grade on this. I'm assuming maybe a 9.0 might be an average grade because these had, from the figure that was resting on top of it, these had pressable defects right around this area here. Now, I can't really see them here, but I'm sure it has them. I thought that Mr. Kendrick could get them all out, but hey, 8.5. Look, I've said this in prior, let me see here, unboxings about Impressive Comics. I don't know how much attention Mr. Kendra really pays as far as like pressing the books. You have to assume that an independent presser is not going to press your books multiple times. I just don't think so, especially with the wait time that he has. Do you expect them to do that? Listen, yeah, we're paying for a service. However, service is also time. His time is valuable to him as well as it is to you because you're paying for it. I have had books that have creases that I could still see creases on, and they're pressed by Kendra. Now, I also had them by CCS. Those are the only two pressers that I've used. I see less visible faults with Kendra's books, though. I trust Kendra more than any presser I believe that's out there, even though I haven't tried certain guys. But no one is going to press somebody else's books as they would their own, which is the reason why I'm thinking about possibly getting into it. That is a loss. right? Because let's say I'm going to put it on a high end at $50. Now this is going to probably cost around $40 a book for the press, clean, and grade. Right, probably $40 a book, so I'm into that for $90. Could it be even Steven at 8.5? Maybe the 9.0 could be. I don't know about the 8.5. Should it be? It probably should be in this pile 50 to 100% because of the rarity of that book. It's hard to get that book. Those action figures were thrown out. Okay, when the kids open them, I'm pretty sure they beat these books to hell. Okay, because these were meant for kids. Now collectors ended up buying them too, and that's why, you know, you go out and you buy them. That's actually now my, see, how many do I have on these right now? I think that's my fifth 9.8. I think I own the most 9.8s of this book in existence. The most. That's speculation. Okay. All right. But I'm going to count these off right now as flops. Only because of the cost. The cost is $90 for these two. I'm putting it at the high end of 90 with the press and the grade. Okay, here's the Even Stevens. By the way, I never want Taiki Watatuki. What the hell was that sound? I don't want Taiki Watatuki to work on this guy, alright? Please find another job somewhere else. Go direct something else, man. I don't want you touching Thor. Nowhere. I mean, Thor himself has become a clown. He's become a freaking joke. Right? Every 10 seconds, he's got to be telling a joke. All right. 9.6 for a Century. This is one of the 10. Came back at 9.6. So far, this has been the only 9.6. It's still going to be an Even Steven. Even though, yeah, it cost me. I think I can sell this for maybe 110. I mean, at least I'm thinking if I were to sell it now. But I'm planning on holding them, and I'm planning these two at the very least be Even Stevens. Because when the Century shows up, that will go up anyway because it's one of his rare covers. Alright, this is a huge book, but I only got an 8.0. And it's a huge book because of that. It's because it's an 8.0. That's why it's a huge book. How do you figure? It's a huge book for somebody else, not for me, because these came in poly bags. There are going to be so many less 9.8s and high grades on these than there were on Ultimate Fallout number 4 because of that cover. Because of that cover. Quick fact, guys. More than 3,000 9.8s in Ultimate Fallout 4 than there are Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. Ultimate Comic Spider-Man number 1. I wonder if they tagged that wrong. I'm going to see if the other ones that I have, if they say the same thing. But, yeah, the reason is because of the spine. I mean, that's really it. You know, that spine is black. The back also shows it, but the back is kind of similar to the Ultimate Fallout 4 back. That front, though, it's going to show any little thing on that spine. It's going to show color rub, color breaking creases. There are on CGC Senses less than 500 9.8s on this. The 9.6s also, there are over 3,000 more 9.6s in Ultimate Fallout 4 than there are of this book. Yeah, it's a good book to have because of that poly bag. You want to have this really in a higher grade. Pretty sure I can sell this for a pretty decent amount, but I think it's still going to be an Even Steven because it's an 8.0, so it'll be affordable for somebody that doesn't have it. This is a reprint. This is a 35 cent, but it's a reprint. Okay. always thought this was a Whitman variant for some reason, but maybe I didn't check the inside. I don't remember. I know I sent this out. Some of the ones that I bought from here, they said reprint on the top. This one doesn't say it though, but it is a reprint. This is definitely not the first print. It's a 7.0. It's still a rare book. It's still a Star Wars book from 1977, so I think I can get my money back on that, even Steven. Only reason that I'm putting this at an even Steven, I think this might be a 50 to 100% profit. I really do think this will be there, even at a 6.5. It's because this is a marked jeweler. I knew this was beat up when I got it, okay? I knew it was. I was hoping that maybe with the press it can get it to an 8.0. But no, it was not to be. It was too many damages. Too many damages here. But because it's a marked jewelers, this has a shot. You know, and I got this because it's the first appearance of the Gladiator. First full appearance of the Starjammers. But yeah, Gladiator's in there. This one is on the even Stevens because I got it on a with a lot for $269 from Sands. Now, sure, I did get an Invincible Iron Man number 9 on that. It was a second print. Hasn't come back yet. No, it was number 7. Invincible Iron Man number 7, second print. I think I had with that as well. But this book has dropped ever since I bought it. I paid $269 including shipping for the lot of the books. There was a couple other books there too, but I don't remember what they were. But this book now has dropped to, man, even at a 9.6. I'd be lucky to get $225 current value for it, even though it's first. I was really counting on a 9.8 on it. But it should be even Steven only because of the other books that I still have. You know. Now if the 7 comes back at a 9.8, then this becomes a 50 to 100% profit pile, right? If the 7 second print comes back at a 9.8, but that's asking for a lot. This is a book I'm specking up a lot. This is another one that I sent out. I think this is my last one. It is a 6.5. Not worth much right now. It's probably, man, I don't know, $60 book, $70 book, maybe less. All right, at a 6.5, but it's a great cover. Yeah, sending him out. I actually sent one out already. And we're going to be sending out another one to Dr. Doom. What if? I had high hopes for this one. But because it's a Wolverine classic cover and a 9.4, I think I can get my money back. I don't have too much invested in this. I got the most is the pressing and the grading. That's the most that I got on this, you know. I think I might have paid like $10 for it. It's an even Steven and a 9.4. It's still respectable grade. Something somebody can hang. And I think they will, as well as this one. Wolverine, second or third best superhero in Marvel Comics. Without a doubt, you know. I always think maybe the Hulk is the only one that can overtake him, but in popularity, Wolverine, listen, man, his books are always, especially for his classic covers, villain, a good villain, first appearances, this is Cyber. Yeah, this might, again, it might go into the 50 to 100 profit pile, but because I don't have much into that book except for the pressing. But we'll put it on the even Stevens just to be on the safe side. And then we move on to the 50 to 100% pile. I put this on a 50 to 100. This should have been on this pile, on the jackpots. But thanks to Sam Raimi and his sorry interpretation of the Illuminati, this becomes a 50 to 100% pile. Oh my God, this is gonna fall. Hold on. Okay. All right. I think I got them stable. All right. I got 3 on these. That's not including the other 2 that came in the pre-screen. So now I have 5 out of the 10 that came back in 9.8, and we have the 9.6 that goes into the even Steven pile. So yeah, so far, I mean, it's not bad. It hasn't been bad, but I'm gonna hold on to the 9.8s because I refuse to sell them at this lower price. Just because a book has dropped doesn't mean you have to sell it. Now, if you're speccing and you want it like right now, yeah, I could sell it and I can wet my beak on it. I can. Okay, I can make a pretty decent profit on that. I can. But I don't want to. I don't want to. I know that this book has a lot more potential than what it currently has right now, especially for a 1 in 15. That's a 1 in 15. Okay. All right. Next one. Moon Knight 24 classic cover, man. Had high hopes for this cover. High hopes. Yeah. You know what? Let me take this out of here so you guys can see the colors on this baby. Sienkiewicz. Classic cover. This is a Scarlet. I think she's, I mean, will she make an appearance in Moon Knight in the series? You have to think she will at some point, right? You got to think that she will. But Marvel, I mean, you just never know, man. You just never know. The back cover is also a great artwork on that as well. You know, but that's, I'm not too much into that. And most of these books, majority of these books, I'm into it mostly on the grading. On the grading, that's what costs the most. You know, these, you'd be surprised how much these go for. You know, this is gonna go for over $100. So this goes into this pile. This one goes for a lot more. Oh my God, if this would have been a 9.8, would have been so much better. But that would have been in that pile. If it was a 9.8, it would have been in the jackpots. But 9.6 still goes for a pretty decent penny. Even though it's a 9.4, I've been selling these 9.4s for $100. And because this is a newsstand 9.4, it's probably gonna go for just a little bit more, maybe 110. Even on a 9.4. This, oh man, I was hoping so much. I had a lot of faith for these. Hence, though, no, it's not just a newsstand. It is a $1 price tag, but you see the defects here, and you see why this is an 8.0. Okay, now that's how an 8.0 should look. Now you tell me the difference between this 8.0 and that 6.0 that I was showing before. You see that? That's how an 8.0 looks. That's how an 8.0 looks. Okay? This is accurately graded. Canadian price variant. Even at an 8.0 for this cover, I'm going to have a profit on it. Even at an 8.0 on that cover. You just don't see that book a lot. Don't see it a lot. Did not check the census, but if you guys check them, you will see that there are not too many of these graded. Once again, this is a 9.0. This is also a Canadian price variant. Obviously, this one's going to be more. But look at this spine, and you tell me if this spine looks like that 6.0. And you know what? It looks just like that 6.0. It really does, you know. The back on this, though, on these books, that's where you see most of the defects. See that right there? See, you could see why this was a 9.0. You see that? You could see that. You could see that these were graded by different graders too. Just for the hell of it, I'm gonna get back to that freaking book. Six point oh. Okay? You saw how that looks. Now look at this spine. Alright? See anything? Look at the back of this spine. Except for the staples, which, you know, I would have to look at it under a magnifying glass. I can't think that's rusted because I would have some residue on the end. Can't think that's rust. I think that's, I don't know, but I would have some type of residue on there. Yeah, it's two different graders, no doubt about it. It's two different graders. Ah, damn, this looks like a mess now. All right, another 9.4, 20.99. That's the second. 9.4, 20.99. Boom, right? That's a newsstand. So that goes into the 50 to 100% pile. 9.4 of Halo Preview. This is my first non-9.8 of Halo Preview. 9.4. It's still at a 9.4 gonna net me a pretty decent profit, even at a 9.4 because of my cost. This one's gonna be a, man, it would have been another good one at a 9.6. I mean a 9.8, but a 9.6 is still pretty decent for the first King Shark. And these, I mean, these I had, even though I had them pressed, I have a few 9.8s already on this. I wanted more though. I wanted more, but I bought these for cover price at the time, and the cover price at that time was $2.25. So yes, I'm making out on this. There, color rub there. Yeah, a little bit of color rub. That's probably what did it, right? Or is that the bag? Whatever. It's a 9.6. And then the Lone Ranger, 9.8. Very rare book. Not too many people know about this book, but it is now my fifth 9.8 on this book. So I will be selling one of these for sure. Will go up for sale. Yeah. That's it for that. Now let me see if we could do some numbers. I've watched channels here on YouTube that post unboxings, and then people ask them, hey, how much did you pay for the book? Because they put out, oh, this is how much a book costs, and this. And then sometimes they get offended. Hey, why are you asking me that? You know, it's like, look, dude, it's like, these are big channels, you know. You get offended. You're putting out the video. Now, what is the reason that you're putting out the video? Is the reason because you want to sell it? Because if that's the reason, then don't put out spec videos, because nobody's going to take you seriously. You know, how can I take you serious on something that you think is a spec book, or something you think it's going to be a book to collect, if your entire reason is just to sell your books, right? For me, this is educational. I don't even show my face, so you don't even know how I look like, right? It ain't like I'm you know, I'm trying to get famous here, or that's not the reason why I do it. I can understand that there are channels out there that deserve the subscribers that they get. You know, you take a Mark Spector, he puts up a good show, you know, but he's genuine, you know. I'm not even going to name names that I don't particularly like, but yeah. Reason I put out my numbers is because it's educational. If you are into the comic book market because you want to flip books. Look, I'm a collector and I'm also a speculator, but I wouldn't I don't really particularly like strict flipping, and that's the reason why you watch my channel like that. I don't particularly like that. I think there are people that listen to this channel, and but I don't really like that, because sometimes I get things wrong, and then you can end up losing a lot of money if you're listening to me. So yeah, sometimes I get things right. I think I get more right than I get wrong, but I got a lot of things wrong, man, during the Grail project. Wait till you see the numbers here. All right, here's a book I've been wrong on, but this is only because it's temporary. Okay, I got multiple 9/8 on this. I love this book, love it. However, I don't think I'm going to be buying this book raw unless I can get it for like $10, and I can see that it's like 9/8 candidate, because the 9/8 on this book are probably going for about $60 to $70. So there's no reason why I should take a chance on a raw book if I can get a 9/8 for that price, right? So I might start buying these books like dirt cheap like that, because I believe I have conviction on this character, right? Now, this is the first time that I've sent books out to Mr. Kendra to press, and then send them to CGC to pre-screen at an $8 rejection fee. All right. I've done it before with the $5 rejection fees, but this is the first time for the $8 rejection fees. Now, Reggie Collects went out and he has said, hey, you know what? The rejection fee, it's only $3 more than it was before, because it went from 5 to 8. It's only $3 more. I don't look at it that way. It's 60% more. 60%. It's a 60% hike. Show you what that means. All right. This is the 25 book lot that was modern. So this is not the pre-screen. I sent 2 submissions out to Mr. Kendra in March 4th of this year. It cost me $8.28 per submission to ship it to him. Now, he didn't ship it to CGC until the 8th of June, right? Where I actually paid him $677 for both submissions. Comes out to $338.50 per submission. That's only for pressing. Now, CGC charged me $563. Altogether, that ends up being $909.78, and that's divided by 25 books. That's a total of $36.39 per slab. That's how much it costs when you are paying an independent, or even if you're paying CCS, it's going to cost you right around that, because the fees are similar between Mr. Kendra and CCS. I believe they're identical now. I think it's 16. No, I think it's 15 and 15. I think. I haven't sent stuff to CCS lately, even though I am thinking of probably sending them a 25 booker soon. But anyway, yeah, $36.39. You know, take a book like Batman 612. Came back at a 9.6. Cost me $36.39, but the book itself only cost me $2.25. So I'm in on that book less than $40, and that book I can sell for at least $75 minimum, right, at a 9.6. So still becomes a good sell for me, because I'm not going to keep that book. I have 9.8s, right? Moon Knight 24, that's another book. It was a 9.6. I'm into that book. I don't know, I think 20 at the most, $30 plus, let's say it's $30 plus 36.39, that's $66. I'm thinking, without even looking at the eBay numbers, I'm thinking I can sell that book minimum $100 minimum, right? So is it a lot of money that you make on it? No, but at least you're in the black, and you took a chance to try and get to the 9.8, which I thought had a shot. New Avengers number 7, I mean, 2 of them came back at 9.8. It's not so bad at $36.39 is what I'm saying, right? However, this is the pre-screen lot. Only 14 made it in a 9.8, and the books weren't that big. They weren't huge. All right. Same thing. $8.28 to Kendra. Impressive Comics charges $338.50. CGC fees this time, though, because it was only 14 books, $440.60. Look how fast they graded these. Kendra sent it to them on the 8th of June. CGC was done with the grading on the 14th of June. It's almost like they picked it up right away, and then it just took a while for them to ship it to me, because they had to slab it or whatever. Comes out to $787.38, because we are taking the rejection fees. We're taking those fees on the 14 books. So it's almost like the 14 books got pressed, but all right. Each slab, because there's only 14 slabs, look at that whopping price right there, $56.24. That's where that book came in. So for this book, I'm gonna guess that I'm probably paid around 40 to 50 bucks for that book. Yeah, and then you add this, you still have selling fees and ship to my comic shop. If I were to sell this today, it would be a major loss, right? A book like this, however, completely different. I could sell this for $250. I know I can. I can sell this for $250. Even at $56, it's a major win, right? So you have your winners, kind of like you have, this would be a jackpot if I were to put it on the not the jackpot pile, the stickers. They would be on the jackpot. This one would be a flop, without a doubt, if I were to sell it today. But what do I have on this? I have conviction. I have faith that this book is one day going to be a big book. Second printing of number 9. Now, I'm willing to wait, but it's books like this that allow me to keep that book for a long time, right? Because what I make on this book is gonna pay for that. It's gonna pay for that. So it allows me to keep it. This is how you keep your money kind of working for you, your speculation working for you, right? And I get to keep a 9.8 on this, just in case this book becomes even bigger, right? I think I'm gonna open this box right now. I already know what's in there. This is a book I took a chance on. Okay, first I'm going to show you what I paid for the book. It's an X-Men Annual number 14, 9.6. It was signature series, 2 signatures on it. $250 is what I paid for it. That was last year. 2021, where the prices were pretty high. I mean, look at that Wolverine #1. That's the first patch. $100 for that. That's the one that came back at a 7.5. Talk about a loss. That was a big time loss. Marvel Superhero 17. Yeah, no, that I still have that one. That looks pretty good though. That one looks really good. Shield #2. Oh man, some of these. Look what I paid for that other Wolverine #1. $214. Oof. I think that one came back like a 9.2. Yeah, loss. Big time losses. Yeah, I'm not right all the time, man. I'm wrong a lot. So, all right. However, that book took a huge dab at a 9.6. The reason I bought it though is when he showed it, it was a 9.6 in an older case. So I knew that book hadn't been pressed. I knew it. Okay? So I sent it back. I looked it over really well and I sent it back. It has the 2 signatures that you will want in this book. It's signed by Chris Claremont and Art Adams. Okay? 9.6. Yeah, came back. 9.8. Yeah, I've been getting grade bumps this year. I've been getting grade bumps. Not like last year. Last year I man, those blue marbles. Think about it. I sent what? How many was it? Like 14 blue marbles, 9.6s. None of them got a grade bump. Not a one. Sent out some Bronze Age, some Silver Age. Didn't get break. No. It was just Bronze Age, I think. Right? Didn't get any grade bumps on those. But anyway, 9.8 is pretty sweet. Even though now a 9.8 regular on this book only goes for like around $300. So signature series with these 2 signatures maybe goes for about $500. So it was worth it. You know, it was worth it. $250 for this. I paid. Do I have the numbers on that? It's. I'm assuming it's going to be probably around $70, maybe, you know. And this goes into the PC because this is not going to get sold. My entire reasoning is I wanted a 9.8 in this because I wanted a Gambit. Obviously, I would prefer a newsstand. Okay, I prefer the newsstand, but I'll take the direct. You know, I'll take it. Whatever, dudes. You know, that's where Art Adams signed it. Yeah, still like it, man. You know, it's now I got a 9.8. I don't have a 266 signed though. I do have a 9.8 and 266, but not signed. So this is a nice piece. 266 is the money book. That's the money book, but this is a book, and this is the one that came out first. Okay, but even I will tell you, I think the book is 266. There will be less 9.8, a lot less 9.8 of X-Men Annual number 14 because of that freaking square box here, you know. These books are just so freaking delicate. So delicate. Happy. My dudes, have a good night. Oh yeah, I put out a video for Bang #1. Talk about spec, right? Bang #1. Idris Elba. I wish that guy would have been the Blue Marvel. He's not going to be now. You know what I mean? He's not. He's too busy. Marvel, I don't think wants to use him for something else, I guess. Even though he'd be the perfect Adam Brashear. But he's gonna be the main character for Bang at Netflix. I can't wait to see it. I haven't read the book yet. Wilbert says he was specking on that from a while ago. Go out, search for it, see if you can find a couple, in your local comic book shop. Make sure they're in near mint condition. You're gonna get them cheap right now. As time goes by, it's gonna, obviously, you're gonna have those rise in value, once people start talking about it, but you can look for it now. It's a good book to spec on, in my opinion. Really good book to spec on. And it's cheap, and that's what you want, right? That's why moderns give you the most for your buck, because you get a modern at, at base price, right? And especially if it's something that might be good like that, right? It was good enough for somebody to for Netflix to pick it up. It was good enough for that. So, anyway, later.